Alright, it's a Friday evening at the range. Try to get a couple of 200-yard shots on this 03 before this match tomorrow if the weather holds for me. I did change the load a little bit. I ran it through the software, it came down a little bit lower powder charge. We should get it down to just under 2,700 feet per second. I say I got a 200-yard target down there. I don't know if you can see it down the lane or not. Yeah, you can just make out the target there. So I got the spot and scope out. Just a quick front bag, rear bag setup here just to make it go. The match is shot off of sandbags rather than rests. You use sandbags that are provided at the club, the host club, but you can use whatever you want for a rear bag. So I'm just set up here with some real basic stuff. This is a real poor shooting bench. The ergonomics are terrible, but I can get on this armrest here to get some rear bag support. So got 15 rounds of ammo. We'll put a few on the target here, see how it does. I do have a lot of wind. You can see the things blowing around. You can hear it blowing around. It's coming from quartering a little bit from the left, probably about a half value direction, and I would guess we got probably at least 10 to 15, but it's gusty, so there are breaks in the gusts. So I'm not going to hold any wind correction at first. I'm just going to hold right center on the target and see how we do. I was shooting a little bit to the right yesterday at 100 yards, so I am going to dial in 3 clicks on the rear to come into that 3/4 of an MOA. I am not going to change the elevation. I was a little bit high with a little bit warmer load, so we'll see where this prints at 200 and make our adjustments from there. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm all set up at 200. I got the spotting scope off to this side. I moved it out of the view. The wind is actually getting a little stronger. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, this is not the most ergonomic of setups. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and step over this so I can get there, and I'm really hugging the right side of the shooting lane here because the way that the backstop is. And I will go with her to the right. I needed to go left. 1, 2, 3/4 of an MOA. And the other thing I should probably do is take these out. Let's see how this looks. Wow, that wind is really howling. Given this wind, maybe I should have stayed with the 2,800 feet per second loads. Okay. Let's see what we can do. So my velocity is a little more in order, 26.42 on that shot. Yep, that is going to be just fine. Let's see if I can spot it. Okay, we are an outer 7 at about 4 o'clock. No, excuse me. Why am I saying that? It's an outer 9 at 4 o'clock. Outer 9 at 4 o'clock. Actually close, yeah, 4:30. Let's call it an outer 9 at 4:30. I'll take that. So some of that is probably the wind. The wind is coming from the left. I'm looking at some indicators here. There's nets down on the pistol range. I can see I've got a lot of wind from the left to the right. And that gave me about 6 inches of drift from where I was zero. Well, not quite that, maybe to about 4 inches of drift. And it is about the same amount low, so it's, you know, we'll put another one down there and see. I'm not going to put any wind correction in. I'm just going to go ahead and see if the group develops and hope that my target doesn't blow off the backstop. All right. $26.25. Which my chrono's not in real good light and it's not an ideal setup. I'm on a little bit of a rise here, so it's hard to get a good setup, but I just wanted to see what the general velocity was. Okay, that came back to the left. So that is a outer 10 at about 5:30. Outer 10 at 5:30. Okay. Not bad. I'll take it. I will take it. So a 9 and a 10 so far. Not too bad. Both low. Go for shot number 3. I am going to have to do something different. I'm catching this in the hand, so I'm not going to be able to put my hand right there the way I am. That's going to beat me up. $26.05. I don't really trust those velocity numbers. I don't think it's varying that much. Let's see where the shot went. That is right next to the other one, the outer 10 at 5:30. They are not quite touching. There's maybe one bullet width between them. That one's actually straight up at 6 o'clock. All right, so those two shots are sitting right on the outer edge of the 10 ring, which, wow. Okay, let's do another. I think after I finish this first group, I might move my front bag back a little bit. I'm kind of out towards the front of the rifle a little bit here. $26.08. See what we got there. That one's right with the other two. That one is just past 6 o'clock. It came to the left a little bit. The elevation is almost identical. It's cutting the line between the 10 and the 9. So I guess I'm going to call that an outer 10 at about 6:30. So I think a few clicks up and we're going to be in business. We'll finish this group. I'm going to go ahead and adjust a little bit here. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. That says 2644. And let's see where it landed. That came to the left a little bit more yet, so I'm stringing a little bit horizontally here. That's either an inner 9 or an outer 10 at about 7 o'clock. Is something moving? Don't think so. Or it's probably changing light conditions, changing wind conditions. That's the first 5. I don't see a need to walk down there seeing what I'm seeing. So the X-ring is 13 inches roughly. So half of it six and a half, and I'm half of that low. So I'm probably about 3 and some change low. Let's go 6 clicks up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an MOA and a half. Should give us 3 inches at 200 yards. Okay, so I did plus 6 clicks. Okay, let's go ahead and run these and see. $26.47, and that's very similar to what the software says it should be. Let's spot it. That's a center X. Center X. It's a center X right at the bottom of the X on the target, maybe a ½ inch low. Very nice shot. Very nice shot, very nice sight adjustment. Wow. Okay, see if I can do another. $26.48. Not seeing it right yet. Take a little bit of work here. And we lost a little bit of our light down range, so it's much harder to see than it was in the beginning. Huh. It looks like another center X. Center X, and it looks like it's right in the intersection. If I'm seeing correctly, it's right in the intersection of the X. Let's go up a little power on the scope here, see if it'll help. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right in the center of the X, maybe a quarter of an inch to the left. So I'll call it a center X at 9 o'clock. Does that rifle shoot that good, or am I just dreaming? I might just be dreaming. I'll probably go down there and there won't be any holes in the target at all. Going on there. Floor plate was sticking a little bit there. There we go. Okay. My hands warmed up a little bit here. Whew, that wind is really blowing. Okay, that is a outer X. That is an outer X at just about 2:30 or 3 o'clock. Outer X, and let's call it 3 o'clock. It's close enough. And we got, oh, that was, I don't know if the chrono was right on that. This is 2583. That would surprise me if it dropped off that much. I think it's the changing light conditions more than anything. Okay, see how we do on shot number 4. These benches here are really hard to shoot off of. They're just not ergonomic at all, but I didn't want to take time to set anything up. The weather's a little dicey. It looks like it could start raining again at any time. I'm just trying to get some practice shots in to verify my load. That's back up to 2640 again. The sun is coming out a little bit, so maybe it illuminated it a little better. I do like that velocity range better than the 2800 I was getting yesterday. Let's see if I can see it. Focus on the scope here. I think that came up a little high. That is an inner 10 at about 1 o'clock or 12:30. I'm gonna call that an inner 10 at 12:30. So that came up just a little bit. That might have been me on the follow through or so. All right, one more shot in this group. Let's see if we can get another X out of it. Like to get another X. That one probably should have been an X. I probably had a bad sight alignment or something. I did feel like I torqued the rifle at the end of the shot. I was fighting the windage hold a little bit, because where my rear bag is not ideal. We'll just live with it though. Okay, I like that hold. Try not to torque it this time. I think that was a better follow through. 2634 on that velocity. Let's see what we got. Let's see if I can see it. I'm not seeing that one. It might be down at the bottom of the X. Yeah, we'll no-call that for a minute, and we'll go ahead and walk down range. Look at the target. The rifle's nice and stable there, so no problem with that. So I'll walk down. I'll turn the camera back on when I'm down there. I could drive the van, I suppose, but the walk will probably do me some good. And I'll take the scorecard with me, and I can write this last one in that I'm not seeing the call, and then we can go over these shots a little bit. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, here's my 200-yard target. That's the standard NRA SRC repair center. So you're roughly 13 inches across here, I believe, is what that measurement comes up. These were my first 5 shots right here. I think it was actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have wind coming left to right that's a bit blustery, so this very well could be wind. This one was the cold bore shot, but anyway. And then my second group, here's the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what order those were in, because I did do shot calls on these. So let's see, I was saying a outer X at 6 was my first one, so that's right there. Or a middle, that's the middle X at 6, I guess I'd call it. I wrote outer X. I put a C, center X. Center X at 6 is that shot right there. And then I called a center X at 9, which is this one right here, because it's just a little bit, just a tiny bit to the left of the center. And then my next shot I called a outer X at 3 o'clock, which was this one right here. And then I had the inner 10 at 11:30, which is this one right here, up here a little bit. And then the last one that I couldn't see in the spotting scope was this one right here. It is a, we'll call that an outer X at 10 o'clock, so I'll write that on my sheet here. So I got my shot calls there. So, hey, I think that's a pretty good looking first target at 200 yards. I got 5 more shots to go. I think I'll just go ahead and concentrate on putting those down range, and I'll wrap up the video here. So it looks like this rifle is going to shoot fine with this load at 200 yards. I think it's more just me on the follow through, make sure I'm lining those sights correctly, but I think the rifle's going to perform fine. So, this one here, it broke the line, so I got all 10s. So out of my 10 shots, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s and 4 X's. So, you know, that one's, it just nicked it. But you know, even if we called that a 9, and then I got this 9 over here. I missed that, forgot about that one. So I did have 1 9. So yeah, that's very good. I'm very happy. We'll after I shoot these last 5, I'll get home and make some more ammo for tomorrow. And if the weather holds, we'll get the match going and see how we do. And thanks everybody for watching. Well, I just drove down to pick up the target. Put the last 5 shots on off camera, and you can see I'm kind of kicking the snot out of the X-ring there. I'm tickled pink with this rifle. I think it's going to do me real well. Blustery wind today, poor bench, first time shooting at 200 with it, a guess at load development. It's all stacking up pretty good. This is the worst shot of the day. I think that was the first shot of the day. I don't remember, we'd have to look back at the call sheet again, but this was the first 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is the last 10 of this 15 rounds of ammo that I fired today. So after the first group, I had 9 X's and 1 10 at 200 yards. I'll take it. Let's hope for good weather tomorrow. Let's hope I can get down there to the match and get some shots on target down there, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks so much for watching.